You know, those of you that have watched any of my videos know that I'm not a collectivist. I've got a poster on my wall, that same one that's in the monitor behind me, that says, "Meetings, none of us is as dumb as all of us." And something happens when we get together as the collective, and we do really stupid things that we wouldn't normally do if we were all together, because we all want to get along, and we all want to do, you know, kind of make the other person feel good, and you know, maybe let somebody do something they shouldn't do, even though we know they shouldn't do it, and on and on and on it goes. If you like that, you'll like others at despair.com. It's a website that makes demotivational posters. Got another one that says, "Get to work, you're not being paid to believe in the power of your dreams." But the other night I was reading to my 4-year-old out of Curious George and Friends, and I came across this interesting picture of collectivism. Here you have Billy the Bunny, and he says to himself, he's all happy, he's got a big smile on his face, and he wants to draw a picture. So he puts up the easel and brings out the pencils and stuff, and then he starts to draw a picture, but along comes a dog and says, "Hey, that's cool, what you doing?" And he grabs the pencil and starts drawing, adds a head to the thing, and then the duck comes along and adds a foot. Along comes a porcupine and says, "Hey, this needs some quills." And all the time the bunny is really funny, because you can see the bunny's like, "What? But I do, but I don't, excuse, I just, and everyone's ignoring the bunny and his wishes and what he wants, but they all think they have a better idea. Rooster comes along, adds a, what's that thing called? Anyway, and then the owl comes along and adds some wings, and then the mouse comes along, adds a tail, and the elephant comes along and he adds a trunk where the nose used to be, and they all think that they're hot stuff, and then they did a great job, they got big smiles on their face, and the rabbit's so ticked off he eventually starts to cry, and he says, "Look, all I wanted to do was paint a picture of me. And what have you done? You've created an elephant porcupine, or it looks ridiculous." Then they all said, they didn't apologize. That was what I thought was funny. They wrecked his picture and didn't apologize. They all decided that they want to do a picture of themselves. And so then they're all happy, because they're all doing individual pictures of themselves. So everyone's happy that way. But really nobody could possibly be happy with what's been created there. And that is what has happened with our economy. Everybody, the smartest people in the room, guys with PhDs and MBAs, and just really, you know, guys that have all of the education and all the book smarts, are doing the stupidest things imaginable to our economy. Now, I don't see how sex education is going to stimulate the economy. I don't see how research projects are really going to stimulate the economy. I haven't looked at it. I know that people have done it and figured out that you know, the jobs that this thing could create are just so tiny, the amount of jobs that this thing's going to create. So you're looking at like 300,000 per job or something like that. But in any case, we all know, most of us know, at least all my subscribers know, what the whole purpose of this is. It is not to fix the economy. It's to give handouts. It's to give freebies. It's to wreck the economy further, wreck the dollar, so that we can have an excuse, a major catastrophe to our economy on the scale of 9/11, so that the government can come in and institute new controls, because all of these free market people are way out of control, when we haven't had free markets. Is it free markets to tell the banks you will loan money to these people that shouldn't have loans? That's not free market. When banks start to fail, what the free market is they fail, and they're gobbled up by other banks. But that's not what's happening. Instead, they're being allowed to continue on, knowing that they're failing, and we're giving them a little bit of extra cash to keep it on going. They should fail. Instead of the whole system crashing, one or two should have failed. Nobody's bailing me out, and that's the problem with bailouts and collectivism. Nobody's bailing me out, and I don't expect them to. It's not the job of government. It's not the job of somebody, because if you want to bail me out, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to steal money from someone else to do it. And that is not okay. The problem here is that the people in Washington are not representing the voters, not representing their constituents. And why I really see that as a problem is that is why this nation was founded, was a lack of representation. And this nation was founded on rebellion, and eventually that's going to rear its head because people are going to get fed up with having everything shoved in their face. Collectivism is bad. It never works. Whether it's under fascism or whether it's under communism, it never works. So we better, wake up to that.